Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. 9 Shocking Coronation Street Spoilers. Jess's major announcement and plot twist in Joel's investigation. In Coronation Street spoilers for next week, Jess makes a huge announcement which leaves the Platts reeling as they gather around Gail's hospital bed. Elsewhere, Nick and Toya appear to try and give things another go. Leon won't appreciate seeing that around the bistro. All this and more in Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Things escalate for the Platts as the family gathers around Gail's hospital bed. David feels guilty as he believes he's to blame for Gail's illness. He takes his anger out on Jesse by snapping at him following the question. This backfires on David. Are Jess's suspicions of David confirmed? When Shona reveals that Jesse has gone back to No 8, David panics and worries what he might do alone. Later on, Damon calls Sarah and explains that while it got him a beating, he shifted the blame for the theft of the money onto one of Harvey's associates. They're now in the clear. However, the relief is short-lived when Damon tells Sarah they have to cut all contact. Sarah tells Jess the news and apologizes for ever suspecting him. However, Jess has a pressing announcement which will stun the Platt family. What could it be? 2. Nick and Toya rekindle their love. Despite feeling guilty, Toya decides to check in on Sam as he's at the flat alone. At first, Sam is not interested, still reeling from Nick and Leon's breakup. However, after a heartfelt apology, Sam starts to soften up. Nick arrives home to find them making models, and he's hugely impressed at how Toya's managed to win Sam round. This is a week of huge declarations, as Nick tells Toya he still loves her. Upon hearing this, Toya pulls him in for a kiss. Can they really rekindle their relationship? Later on, Leon tells Nick she can't work alongside him after the Institute fallout and the affair. She tells him to hire someone else so she can avoid front of house with him. Very unhelpfully, Nick offers the bistro manager job to Toya. While she's unsure, Nick assures her they make a great team and Leon will get used to it. But will she? 3. Joel's investigation takes a turn. Kit continues to be suspicious of Dee Dee. He listens, utterly unconvinced as she talks to Gus about going to the funeral as she believes in forgiveness. Later, Lisa appears to undermine Kit. She points out to Kit that if Joel was planning to go on the run, he would have had some personal belongings with him, and if they find those it could lead them to his killer. Kit thought he had it in the bag and is annoyed at her interference. Feeling furious, he decides to take it to the officials. After being made of a formal complaint made against her, Lisa gets fired up. She accuses Daisy and Kit of making it, as they get closer this week with him trying to get in her good books. Coronation Street spoilers. 4. Bethany hides her stoma. Bethany plans a romantic date at the flat to try and take her mind off her recent issues. She makes a slap-up breakfast for Daniel, but he enters without knocking. Unsuspecting Daniel is in for a shock when he is greeted with shocked shouting. Unaware he'd be there so soon, Bethany is wearing a vest top which shows off her stoma. This is the first time Daniel has seen it, and Bethany is feeling insecure. Bethany is mortified and tries to cover up. She yells at Daniel to leave. Can Daniel reassure her he's there for the long run? Coronation Street spoilers. 5. Lisa lies to Betsy. Working on a case of a vandalized car, Lisa realizes the car was damaged on the same road Joel was attacked on the same night, and the owner remembered hearing 2 men arguing outside his flat. She tells Dee Dee that the car was hit by a red car. Lisa discovers Ronnie's red car was in for repair and tackles him in the Rovers. Later, Carla is praising Lisa for her work and juggling motherhood, but as Carla lays a comforting hand on her, Lisa flinches and makes a swift exit, leaving Carla gutted. When Betsy walks into the bathroom and sees Lisa's bruises, she is not convinced about her excuse of doing it at a body combat class. Finding a bottle of painkillers dated September 28th. She tells Mason and is shocked when he says Joel was killed on the 27th. When Daisy mentions Joel was in a fight on the night he was killed, Betsy is shaken. How will she react? Meanwhile, Ryan questions whether Carla's been honest about her own movements on the night in question. Carla insists she nipped out to switch off the factory lights. Lisa lies to Betsy, making out her bruises were the result of an office injury. Carla admits to Bobby that on the night of Joel's murder, She nipped to the factory, but she told the police she was at home all evening with him and Ryan. 6. Mason and Liam make up. Liam steps out into the road as he's not paying attention. Little did he know, he walked directly in front of Chesney's car. Unexpectedly, Mason steps in and grabs him out of harm's way. Feeling reflective, he apologizes to Liam and assures him he has changed after his relentless bullying. However, having witnessed their intense exchange, Dev tells Gary, as imagined, Gary is not too happy. The ever-protective stepfather is furious and decides to take matters into his own hands. Coronation Street spoilers. 7. Dev's big plan. Trying to take their mind off of grief, Bernie and Gemma throw the quads a birthday party at No 5. Bernie is still furious with Dev and Asha tells him he needs to pull off a big romantic gesture to apologize. Gathering the family, the Alahans join the quads party, but Bernie blanks Dev while they celebrate. Not deterred, Dev tells Adi he followed his advice to try a big gesture. What has he got planned? Elsewhere, Billy meets up with the bishop and assures him that he's ready to return to work. He may have spoken too soon and makes a huge decision while reviewing his returning paperwork. What could it be? Elsewhere, Bernie plans a screening of Paul's Ash's video in the pub. When Bernie finds out from Jenny that an anonymous donor has paid for the buffet, Bernie realizes it's generous Dev. However, Billy's taken aback to hear about the screening and again argues with Bernie about how to handle the aftermath of Paul's death. 8. Steve and Cassie cozy up. Love is in the air for Steve this week as he starts something with Cassie. Ken and Cassie plan excursions in Porto before heading off to buy holiday clothes. A jealous Steve startled to see Cassie looking fetching in her new jacket. Perhaps he'll make a move. When Cassie reveals she's going on a date later, Steve tries to make a move by insulting the man she's going to see. Cassie reckons he sounds jealous, but when her date doesn't go to plan, Steve comes to the rescue, takes her to the Rovers and boosts her self-esteem. Could this cause a spark? It does. However, at No One, Ken's oblivious that Cassie and Steve spent the night together. Adam visits Ken, but is confused and slightly annoyed to learn he was forked out hundreds for airport lounges and first-class tickets. Adam confides in Steve that he's worried where Ken is finding the money to fund his and Cassie's lavish lifestyle and fears he's running up debts. He and Steve agree that, once Ken and Cassie return from Porto, the family need to have a chat. 9. Kit moves in on Daisy. Kit is playing games with Ryan as he plans to swoop in on Daisy. The pair share a beer at the bistro. Ryan laments to Kit that he was right to dump Daisy, but he still misses her. Unsuspecting, Ryan tells Kit everything Daisy expects from a partner. Kit is listening intently and absorbing it all. Later back at the Rovers, Daisy's infused when Kit lays out her favorite chocolates and makes out he's addicted to watching Real Housewives. He feels smug as his plan falls into place. It goes even further when Ryan lets slip that Daisy's favorite film is The Holiday. Kit then suggests to Daisy they watch the film to mark his last night at the pub. As Kit flirts with Daisy, Ryan's shocked to hear of his role and confronts Kit over it. Could there be a fight in the pub? If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and share.